Hello all and welcome back to another wonderful video. Today, I am almost in Ponytown. I'm sort of in Ponytown, and I'm in a place that's basically Ponytown, but not quite right. It is not quite Ponytown. It is something different, something unique, and something very special that I hope it comes out very soon, and something that I hope a lot of you will take full advantage of. Something that I hope you can all find a use for and everything like that. And I've been lucky enough to actually get access to all of this a little bit early, so I can kind of play around with it and kind of teach you all a little bit about this whole situation and everything like that. So what we're in right now is a Ponytown-esque server. It is basically Ponytown. It is the exact same game. All the mechanics are the same. Everything is the same. However, you will notice I don't have any of my characters. All I have is Skelebones because this is kind of like a sort of an event-based Ponytown. This Ponytown server game is basically a spin-off, and I guess you could say it's basically a spin-off that essentially is made by the developers for you to create these large-scale events. Things like the Regiment Ball, the Species Ball. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be as massive as those events and everything like that, but they do need to be rather large, especially something that you're not going to be able to fit, like, you know, a normal-sized party in. They told me that it needs to be at least over 60 to be considered, so keep that in mind going forward. But this whole server situation here is very exciting and very interesting. I cannot wait to show you all, so let's dive right in. Before I do that though, real quick, I do want to mention that if you do this, you can actually visit this site right now whenever you want. These servers will probably be offline. Oh, there's like 5 people in here right now. I wonder why, but there is these servers will most likely be offline when you get here. So the only reason for you to go here now is so that you can create your characters here, so that you can use them for when when the events happen. Once you are invited to an event or something like that, you'll have your character ready and you won't have to remake them. So that's essentially what you would probably want to go here to do right now, since most of the servers are probably going to be offline for you when you get there. Okay, so as you can see, it is essentially the same as Ponytown. All of these things are here. All of these things are the same. They're all essentially the same. Basically nothing different. There's like these signs here too, which are obviously different. Basically everything's the same. We got spawn up here too. These are the 5 people. Who are these 5 people? I have no idea who these are. Maybe they're like NPCs? Well, no, that wouldn't make sense. It almost seems like they're like characters that he created so he can mess around with stuff. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm just going to ignore that because that's not what the video is about. The video is not about trying to figure out what's going on. The video is about trying to show off some of the things that you can do here. So you may or may not have noticed, but when I clicked on one of these characters, I got options. I got new options for them. I get things like options, like some kind of setting options. I can mute them. I can hide. I don't know what Shadow does, but I can also ban them and everything else like that. So you basically have some moderation powers when you're here. Once you try to set up an event and everything like that, basically talk to one of the developers when you want to create this event or whatever like that, and they will assign certain people moderation abilities. So these people will be able to do things like, ban this person if I wanted to or something. You could do those things if you are a mod in this server. You can become a mod in this server basically, but only for your events and everything else. So something else that you may or may not have been able to see and everything else is this thing up here in the top left. Now this is an ability that allows me to spawn objects, mess with some of the terrain, mess with some of the tiles, some of the items, all those little things like that. I can actually click this right here and actually grab this barrel, and I can move this barrel over here. Oh, people are changing it to night and stuff, but those people over there are changing tonight. But I can grab things and move them around. I can go to global. I can change the lighting. I can literally change the lighting. Oh shit, they're changing the season. I can change the lighting to be red or whatever else I want. Doesn't matter. It can be any color I want. They just keep changing it. This is chaos. Just to point this out real quick, this shouldn't be something that happens to you when you do your event and everything like that, because only certain people are going to be able to like edit this stuff and everything like that. So if you're worried about your event and being like, oh well, I have like 500 people or 400 of them gonna go and mess with all the settings while I'm trying to do this event, well, the answer is no. Only the people that you give the specific permissions to will be able to do these things. For now, it seems like everyone here has those permissions because they're all testing it out and practicing with it and everything else. So anyway, you can change the lighting and everything like that. Like I said, there's this weird layered tiles thing and this weird whiteness thing. I think those are really cool. They look very odd, but I don't really know what they're useful for right now. But you also have this spawn list where you can spawn things like a cloud if I want to. You just middle click to spawn it, by the way. At least right now that's the case. These clouds won't do anything either, which is odd. But I can grab those and move them around. I can grab this and move that around. I can grab, that and move it around. And I can it's just like a normal lantern now, except I can walk through it. But there's all kinds of things like that. So there's lots of little mini things like that you can do. There's also this tile option. I don't know if they added it yet or not, but maybe they did. Yeah, it doesn't seem like they did add it, unless I'm doing it wrong or something like that. But you'll be able to like edit the floor tiles and stuff like that, which will be great because you'll be able to do things like spawn, large fleets if you want large fleets and everything else. Just all kinds of things like that. There's the ability to basically spawn whatever you want, and with this I was able to uncover some secret items. So let's talk about these secret items. So these are the secret items here that I was able to find and everything like that. You have rain and raindrops, sort of normal-ish things like that. Just rain and everything like that. I've found these in the game files a very long time ago, so they've been in the game pretty much forever. I didn't think they would ever implement it, and maybe they will implement it someday. Maybe they won't. I don't know. But the point is, the rain is in the game, and it's technically in the game in a way that you were able to interact with it in some sense, I guess you could say, but only kind of for this specific situation. You also have these wells, of course. These wells are just here. They're fully modeled, everything like that. I can't walk through them. Everything about them seems done, besides maybe a little bit of editing on texture and stuff like that, because they may want to change that a little bit before they release it. But right now it seems finished enough to where it could just appear at any moment and we just wouldn't know. We also have these rakes and everything like that too, which I cannot pick them up. I haven't been able to pick them up anyway, but I haven't been able to pick them up or anything like that. Oh wait, my floor tile thing is working now. That's weird. It wasn't working a minute ago. Maybe I did that wrong or something. It's also disappearing shortly after I spawn it, which is odd. That is very odd. Okay, that whole thing was weird. But anyway, you have these rakes too, which I don't know if that will ever be added to the game either, but I don't know what it would do regardless, but it's just there. It's just some item. I can't equip it or anything like that. And then you have these weird cone things. In the file, it's called party poppers, so I assume there's some kind of New Year's event kind of thing. So maybe we'll see that at the end of the year. Maybe we'll see that for some kind of birthday for Ponytown or something like that. Maybe we'll see it for some huge event for Ponytown celebration or something like that. I don't know. But it makes sense that these items will be unequipable or anything like that until then. These are the 4-ish items that I have here that are technically in the game that we don't have access to in the main game. So this right here, all of these things right here are very, very interesting, because this means that each of these things could eventually end up in the main game, which will be incredible if any of them ever do, because of course, who wouldn't want a well, or who wouldn't want a rake, and who would not love to dance in the rain a little bit in Ponytown. So of course, this whole thing is meant more for you to schedule events and everything like that with the developers and everything like that. Contact them and be like, hey, I want to do this event. I have X amount of people that are going to show up to it. Can I, have a server on this events Ponytown server kind of thing? The events Ponytown game, the EPT, we'll call it that. The EPT, if you want to, create an event here and play EPT with this huge group, sort of something similar to the Regiment Ball, the Species Ball or something like that, or if you have some other totally random event that is going to require hundreds of people, or maybe just around 100 or something like that, contact one of the developers and see if you can, work it out, schedule a time to do it and everything like that. Tell them who you're going to want to be a mod in the game and everything like that, so they can have some mod privileges and stuff like that, so that they can have, people to ban people if they're doing, something wrong or something like that. So you can kind of moderate your little events and parties and everything like that. So it's important to contact them and everything like that to even get access to a server in the first place, but very, very important to contact them so that you can have people to help moderate certain events and everything like that. Quick thing I do want to mention, you can actually grab players and move them around. It's pretty fun to kind of just way over here. For example, I don't actually know where this is because the game is like, it lags. Yeah, there we go. So you can do different things like that. There's also a teleporting command too, so if I do /TP harbor, I can actually teleport to the docks over here, and I can also do that to the caves too. So if I do TP cave, I can also teleport to the cave. I don't know if there's any other teleporting locations or anything like that. There's probably something like TP spawn, actually. That would make sense. Yeah, so I can teleport to spawn, other places like that. I can do all kinds of things like that. Those are the features and abilities that you're gonna have once you join in and everything like that. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I cannot wait to see what people do. I think this will be really great for being able to, you know, edit the map and everything like that. I think being able to, you know, add stuff like, for example, this water here. Let's grab water. If I want to, I can just put water here or something like that. That's gonna be great too. The game, everything is working. I can spawn whatever I want. I can grab whatever I want. So if I want to grab that tree over there, I can. Or just the shadow of the tree, I guess. Or if I want to grab this sign, I can move that sign right next to that sign. If I want to grab that little tree there, I can grab that little tree there and move it over here. Hey, I can even grab this cat and move him over into the donate eggs box. You know, I can do anything like that I want. So these features are going to be really handy if you want to create something like a dance floor type section for your event. If you want something as crazy as like a castle or something like that, if you can find a way to make a castle with the assets that you have access to, then that's possible too if you want a castle section, or if you want something related to the lore of your species, if you're doing a massive species, you know, meetup or whatever. You know, there's stuff like that. Just go wild with this once you get your event started and everything like that. I personally am trying to, you know, get an event started. This is my first this is technically my first announcement for this event, but next month I'm going to try to do a big massive infected style game mode in Ponytown. Now, if I don't get enough people for it, we won't be able to use this server, but if I get enough people for it, we might be able to use this server. But for now, the plan is in the 18 plus server in the regular Ponytown, we are going to play an infected style game mode in Ponytown around the 15th of the next month. Hopefully we'll be able to schedule that properly and everything like that. I'm going to be making a Discord for this and everything like that because I want people to be in voice chat for this, and I have like too much to explain, and I don't want it to be like, oh, I explained it in a video and then you have to watch the video to, you know, understand everything. So hopefully this goes somewhere. Hopefully this will get out of beta soon and be totally accessible to more players, and hopefully it just works out in general, because this is great and I cannot wait to see what you guys do with your events and everything like that, because there's so many possibilities with your events now. Before it was just a matter of, oh, you know, you meet up and you kind of dance a little bit, you kind of listen to some music in Discord, but now you have a lot more options. Now you can do proper game modes and stuff like that. If you want to do like little mini games during your event, you can do that. If you want some kind of crazy different style of the map, then you're going to be able to do that. For example, if you're part of some kind of regiment and your regiment has something to do with like a navy or something like that, you're going to be able to spawn a ton of water and a ton of boats. For example, right now I can spawn a boat right here. Let me spawn some boats. I can spawn some boats right here right now if I want to. And there you go. You have a fleet now. All I got to do is replace the ground with water, and I have a fleet now if I really wanted to. This will be great, again, like I mentioned, for like different RPs and stuff like that, or just if you're part of some kind of naval-based regiment in Ponytown and you want some kind of big event for your regiment and everything like that. This will be perfect. This is for you if you have something like that. If you're planning something like that, this is for you. This is perfect. I do hope that you guys enjoyed the video and everything like that. I do hope I explained everything really well. So please do like, subscribe, share, do those wonderful things, because when you do those wonderful things, you get access to wonderful content such as this. But that's not all you get. That's not all you get. You also get to become wonderful yourself. And I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.